Poke Nation is back. Wow. Jim Gazzello, he's sure.
Here we go.
Season's over.
It's crazy, right? It
just ended.
And so fast.
And in such a painstaking way.
Yeah, we didn't play well. We just
Two walk-offs.
I know. I mean, but I will tell you, I think Coach Hill in the program did an unbelievable job. I just think we just ran out of gas.
Ran out of arms.
Ran out of arms, 100%.
You lose your starting pitcher on Friday night. That's 7 innings you have to eat up. You lose Coppinger.
Yeah.
That's another 3 innings you got to eat. Those 10 innings always come back to haunt you.
100%.
And you look at you led almost every game down the stretch, and you couldn't get the final 3 outs. A lot like softball, you're just close. But
yeah, just didn't get there, And but I think the one thing that both of those programs and both of those coaches, Coach Langino and Coach Hill, have demonstrated is that they're always there, right?
Yeah.
Like they're always consistently there. They're never going to be bad. They're always going to be good with a chance to be great. And I just think both of them do a phenomenal job.
Well, baseball's got a little bit of a roster thinking because the rosters are going to change and you're going to shrink rosters and that. So that's going to be an interesting thing of what they do. Softball's got a chance to be really good next year.
Right.
If he keeps what he's got and adds a couple of pieces. He's got 6 freshmen coming in. They got a chance to be really good.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And I want to say this before we get out of it. I don't know if baseball is going to get 2 teams in because of the weird things and how it happened, and you have a 6 and an 8 seed now coming out.
Right.
But I think they should have 2 teams in. Softball needs to get 2 teams in the future because in the last 4 years, starting with McNeese and their run in Washington and against Notre Dame, the league has been 9 and 8 against power conference teams in the tournament.
I didn't know that. That's a great stat.
In the tournament.
Yep.
And that, to me, is they always say, well, we want you to beat good teams and beat good teams
Yeah.
in tournaments. That's doing it. They just knocked off LSU twice.
Good point.
At LSU at Southeastern. That's a team that McNeese was within 3 outs of beating. I think that you'll read it on this week that's the criteria the NCAA wants to see. And you have shown it now for a 5-year period as far as the league goes, not just 1 team but 2. They really need to look at that and say, look, this league has improved enough.
Absolutely. I think so, too. And that's one of the things I'm sure that I'm glad you brought that up, Jim, but because I think it's one thing. There's a lot of things we want to bring up in the spring meetings with Commissioner Grant, but I think that's one that we need to bring up. I mean, we're 9 and 8 against Power 4 teams, especially in the NCAA tournament.
In the NCAA tournament, yeah.
That story needs to get said, right? Or that needs to be out there because. You look at what Southeastern had a great run, knocked off LSU
twice.
Twice
at all. Yeah.
You can make an argument that we were the better team.
Yeah.
Just not on that one given.
Not that one inning.
That one inning. Exactly.
Those 2 innings.
Exactly.
No, that's the thing is you play the people. You've played the people now. At the end of the year, you've seen like the league has gotten better to where they're beating the good teams at good times. And they always have to do it on the road.
That's right.
I mean, you beat Washington. That year you were at Washington, everybody says, well, Washington took 2 out of 3. Actually, when Washington was here, you beat them, so you actually split with Washington 4 games. So it's not you're getting run out of the tournament like it used to be. That's why baseball's an interesting one because maybe they have to protect the number 1 seed in baseball because the number 1 pitcher means so much in that opening game. It's a little different than softball. But that's kind of, I want to see if they get rewarded for some of the things they've gone out and done because that's what we were told they had to do
100%.
was win those games.
That's right.
All right, I want to ask you this really quickly about your friend, Mr. Sankey, who basically said the NCAA's days of running college football are numbered.
I think the NCAA, the best way for me to say it, I think the NCAA is at a point where it's going to have to evolve and adapt. I think when we look back a year or 2 from now, 2 or 3 years from now, it will not look like the last 100 years of the NCAA.
Well, you hosted a couple weeks ago the NCAA.
The president.
Yeah,
President Baker.
Does he understand that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I mean, I think that the thing about President Baker is he is. He's progressive. He understands where the ball is going, not where the ball is, if you will. The NCAA is going to stay around.
Yeah.
and it's gonna. But it's just gonna. But college athletics looks different.
Yeah.
You know, so for us to say, oh my gosh, it's like college athletics is different now than it was even 3-4 years ago. I mean, it's completely different. And to say that, hey, college football isn't going to evolve and look a little bit different in the future, I mean, I think we're all kidding ourselves if that's not true.
No, it's wild now with the portal. It's wild now with the NIL money.
Yeah.
The NIL money, which was supposed to be not coming from schools, is now a pay for play. It's just it's evolved into what we all thought it would be, and they said it never would be. Right. So when we come back on this week in Polk Nation, we'll have Ronneka Robertson, assistant basketball coach of the women's team here at McNeese. One of the people he basically robbed from Southeastern. You take them from their hometown. You rip them from their hometowns to bring them here.
And
ruthless.
Because Lake Charles and Southwest Louisiana, there's no place better.
We'll meet her right after this.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us. At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
From the outside, you may not be able to tell, but once you get inside, you'll know instantly. Ray's Lounge on Ryan Street is your place. Ray's Lounge is the place where good working people of Lake Charles come to relax after work. Enjoy daily specials, live music at night, all in a comfortable neighborhood atmosphere. Make sure you step inside Ray's Lounge. It's your place.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
New to Lake Charles, but not Louisiana, Mockler Beverage has been a leading Anheuser-Busch distributor for over 35 years. Known for an unwavering commitment to quality and service, we're excited to bring our excellence to Southwest Louisiana. Our exceptional portfolio of brands ensures we have the perfect beverage for every taste and occasion. Experience the Mockler difference, where every sip tells a story of excellence and satisfaction. Mockler Beverage, we serve Southwest Louisiana. For more information or to join the team, go to mocklerbeverage.com.
Welcome back to Polk Nation. It is a pleasure to have new women's assistant basketball coach, Ronneka Robertson. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Welcome to Polk Nation.
A frightening place to be. A frightening place to be.
Okay, so I have to start out by this. Blue and gold look so much better on you than green. 100%, and let it all go out throughout the state. I think your entire staff looks so much better in blue and gold than green.
I agree. Blue is one of my favorite colors.
It was meant to be.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
so...
Well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Before you get into that, explain that a little bit, where she came from and that, because you just can't say that.
Well,
tell them how you stole the show.
Well, Coach Gazzardo was the head coach at Southeastern. Coach Robertson was part of her staff. And so when Coach came, her entire staff came. We just brought the whole team here. And
so basically, if this was the Old West, you would be a stagecoach robber.
I mean, we are the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, there you go. IU Bandits, I guess, yes.
But Coach, so how has the transition been into Lake Charles, into McNeese? Talk a little bit to Polk Nation about that.
Well, the transition's been great. There's nowhere we went where we haven't been embraced by the community, by the people. They're excited to see women's basketball come back to get to where it used to be in the past when Coach Brooks was here, and it's just exciting. Like even when we're looking for places to stay, like everybody's been great. Everybody's been great, embracing and just ready for the season, ready for November to get here, and it's a great place to be. Super excited to be here, and just can't wait to get that ball bouncing.
So where are you from? So talk a little bit about like where you're from.
This gets better.
How did you get into coaching and all that?
All right, so I'm from Kentwood, Louisiana. If you ever heard of Kentwood, Louisiana, home of Britney Spears, which is like 15 minutes from Hammond. So
Yep.
I grew up right in Tangipahoa Parish, right down the road from Southeastern. Played ball at Kentwood High School, which was orange and blue. So, like I said, blue is one of my favorite colors. I went on to South Alabama, which was blue and red.
Meant to be.
So blue's been in my background a long time. And after college, I went back and coached at my high school for about 4 years, and then I coached JUCO, and then linked up with this staff, which I had already knew. We played in summer leagues together, co-ed summer leagues, and it was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. So been here going into my 5th year and just trying to keep this thing going.
That's awesome.
So did you guys all kind of know when you were here for the tournament that this might happen, or did it come as a surprise? Because this guy's sitting across from your bench the entire time.
I like watching good basketball. I mean, really, I really like watching good basketball. When it was over, like, I called Jay and asked for permission to talk to Ayla, and we moved on from there.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, when we were here, we were only focused on winning the championship. That's the only thing that mattered right there. Any background noise or anything, our focus was on winning for Southeastern and trying to make the NCAA tournament. So that was our only focus when we were here for the tournament.
So you're the recruiting coordinator as one of your many jobs. Was it a tough year because you were recruiting everybody from your own? I mean, you brought everybody, all the players. Did that make it easier or tougher because you had to sell them, or you kind of had to make sure you had the right parts? How did that go about?
With our kids, I wouldn't necessarily say it was tough or easy. I mean, but we're a family, so we built this a long time ago with them. So we knew that it was a great chance of them coming because of our relationship that we had with them, and we're a family. So like when one leaves in the family, we all pick up and leave, and so it wasn't really. I'm not gonna say it was hard, but I mean we did have to explain to them everything in the process of what was going on. But they were all for it.
But they still had all the paperwork and all that had to be filled out.
Yeah. But I mean, that was easy.
So did at any point in time did Schroyer say to you, bring your own basketballs too, or did you at least leave them for
Nah,
him?
when we got here and toured and got in the locker room, the balls were sitting right by the door, so we know we didn't need to bring any balls.
What's been the one thing that I know the players aren't all here, but they've seen it here, they've been here. They're accustomed to the facilities now. What's been the biggest kind of thoughts on them as far as what they've seen in the facilities? And coaching staff wise, how much have you guys seen as far as the upgrades of facilities here?
I will say, I mean, Southeast is a great place. It is a great place, but facility wise, they have great facilities here. The girls actually love them because our girls like to get in the gym. They like to get in the gym. At Southeastern, we had one main court, and then we had our rec where, regular students go in and be on those courts. So they had to sometimes reserve the court. Where here, we have 3 courts where they can get in at any time because they love to get in the gym. They love to get extra work, even if it's with one of us or by themselves. Sometimes we'll have kids get in 3 times a day from practice with a coach and then by themselves. So just that alone, when they all came and they saw that was like, woo, mind-blowing for them. And they got super excited. Beautiful locker room. Actually have speakers in the ceiling in the locker room, and our girls fell in love with that part, that the music is surround sound instead of from a little Bluetooth box. But our girls are very simple kids. It doesn't take much to get them excited and get them to wanting to play. They're just hard-nosed blue-collar kids who just want to prove and show, who they are and why they belong. So, I mean, this is a great place for them to be because the things that comes along with it, and plus who they are, it's just going to maximize what we can do here.
When we come back with Coach Robinson, we're going to talk a little bit about the summer camps that are coming up, and also a little bit about there's still one spot to fill on the roster after this.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the Brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
From the outside, you may not be able to tell, but once you get inside, you'll know instantly. Ray's Lounge on Ryan Street is your place. Ray's Lounge is the place where good working people of Lake Charles come to relax after work. Enjoy daily specials, live music at night, all in a comfortable neighborhood atmosphere. Make sure you step inside Ray's Lounge. It's your place.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
New to Lake Charles, but not Louisiana, Mockler Beverage has been a leading Anheuser-Busch distributor for over 35 years. Known for an unwavering commitment to quality and service, we're excited to bring our excellence to Southwest Louisiana. Our exceptional portfolio of brands ensures we have the perfect beverage for every taste and occasion. Experience the Mockler difference, where every sip tells a story of excellence and satisfaction. Mockler Beverage, we serve Southwest Louisiana. For more information or to join the team, go to mocklerbeverage.com.
We're back at Polk Nation with Ronneka Robertson, assistant basketball coach of McNeese Women, also recruiting coordinator. I want to ask you about the last job first. One spot left, I've been told. You want somebody big. How is it with the portal? Is there kind of a pecking order you got to wait for, or do you have somebody in mind?
We're talking.
I know we can't do names, but
yeah, we're talking to a 6'4" kid. But I'm gonna be honest with you, in the portal, if you're 6'3" and above in girls basketball, 9 out of 10 you're getting offers from everybody in the country. So height is rare, and everybody needs height. So we're being selective with it. If we fill that spot, it's going to be great. If we don't, then we're very confident in what we have already and what we can do. So if we can fill that spot, it's good. If we can't, we still know that we're going to have a great season,
That's a really good place to be in, right? As a former coach, that, hey, we got a roster that's good enough to win the conference right now. But, boy, if we got one more piece, it would, we got a chance to be even better. That's a really good place to be in. But, there's a lot of times, you can maybe talk a little bit about this, but you get your best players sometimes really late.
Yeah.
Where a kid just graduates from JUCO in the summer, or someone. It's just someone graduated early, and there's a grad train. Talk a little bit about number one that, and then number two, recruiting is a 365-day-a-year job.
Yes, it is. And recruiting never stops. Every day you're on the phone with someone, or every day you're in the portal, or you're talking to a coach. It's 24/7. It's 24/7, 365 days of the year, 64 days of the year. And like you said, when it comes to JUCO and when it comes to the kids in the portal, like you said, sometimes you do get your best players late, because like you said, they're graduating. They have to make sure they graduate from JUCO, or something going on, or maybe they were thinking about going to this school and decide that this is not what, or the school falls back, and then You know, you step right in. Like, everything happens for a reason, and we just trust the process. So we're not freaking out at all by not filling that last spot yet. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we have everything we need right here.
You know, it's interesting is I always, not always, but I really tried to keep a scholarship into the year. Even if it was at the mid-years, like I had one, like, because back then kids could transfer a semester, and I'm like, I always wanted to have that one there if I thought our roster was good enough. Okay, last question before I turn it back over to Darth Vader here is, what has been the biggest surprise about coming to McNeese and Lake Charles?
Honestly, the food. I did not know the food was as good as it is over here. I haven't been to one place in Lake Charles that hasn't had good food.
Yeah.
Every place.
What's your favorite? Lunch spot. Let's talk about lunch spot.
Daryl's. I never thought that a roast beef po' boy would be that good.
It's crazy, right?
Daryl's.
Yeah.
I don't know why Daryl's. And I've only had roast beef po' boys at home. Never went to a restaurant and said, "Hey, can I get a roast beef po' boy?" So I'm sorry, I'll say Daryl's.
Cooking with Coach continues. Let's try to get back to some basketball. You guys have some summer camps coming up. When do they start, and what's kind of the process, and how important are they to get out in the community and kind of show off the program? What do you guys do in them?
Oh, well, it's super important to have camps, especially at Southeastern. Our kids camps had over 100 kids each year. The last 4 years I was there. Our teen camps had about 70 to 75 teams. It's super important to get out into the community because, especially with kids camps, that's how we get fans.
Yeah.
Our kids are involved in our camps. So our players are involved in our camps, and they're interacting with these kids. These kids are becoming fans. They're telling their parents, "Hey, such and such is my favorite player. I want to go see her play." And that's how you get people in the stands. So we're basically, our camps are to help build that bridge and grow their relationship with our community. So that's the reason for our camps.
When do they start? They start in June.
So our first camp is June the 10th through the 12th, and it's going to be our kids camp. And it'll be half day would be $185, and then full day would be $160, and then half day comes with lunch, a shirt, and a camp ball, and then full day comes with lunch, camp, and a shirt ball, and half day comes with a shirt and a camp ball, and like we basically, it's the fundamental camp, so it's ages 6 through 14 years old. And we basically take them through skills, fundamental skills, teaching them how to dribble, how to make a layup, just different, how to rebound, how to post up, how to pass, how to pivot pass, things like that. And at the end, they'll play little games, 3-on-3 or 5-on-5 games against each other, and the players will be their coaches, so they'll be coaching them up, and the players will be going at each other about their teams, and it's making the kids excited about it. So that's mostly what happens at our fundamental kid camp.
So what, have they warned you about the first game?
No.
About the kids game?
Oh yeah, love the kids game. We did it at Southeastern too. We would invite. I mean,
it's great, right?
Yeah, I love the kids game. I love the kids game. Our girls love the kids game because they're big kids at heart, and so they're in after the game. They're in the stands taking pictures. So I actually love the kids game. I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
It's Chuck E. Cheese on steroids.
Let me tell you this: if you have a young girl out there that has interest in basketball, come to camp. They're going to get taught by some of the best coaches in the country, some of the best coaches in this region, bar none. And it exposes them to a college campus. And I don't think there's any place better to send a young lady that's interested in basketball than the Coach Gonzardo basketball camp. And you should sign up right now.
So how do you sign up?
So you sign up, you go to aylagonzardocamps.com. And once you get on there, I have all our camps, and you just click Fundamentals Kids Camp, sign up, and you're set to go. My number, my email address, everything is under the contacts. Any questions, just contact me.
You don't coach there, do you?
I don't. No, my coaching days, I'm retired.
Some people call it retired. Fired, retired, love it. When we come back, we'll get Coach's final thoughts after this.
At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
interesting take because you guys are now in the finals of wrapping up a couple of pieces on the men's side, one women's side. Football's trying to add just a couple of pieces of the puzzle. You mentioned it, keeping a couple of scholarships out.
Yeah.
When you do that, though, are you anticipating somebody at midseason? Because we saw this. You guys lost a player at midseason and went out and played at Pepperdine.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think if you have a really good roster, and I love what they're doing, they're being very selective. They're just not filling it to fill it and say, hey, we're done. If you have a good roster, and having one or two scholarships late into the year is not, and I've always thought is a positive thing, because there's very few schools out there that will still have the scholarship.
Yeah. Somebody can fall to you that you wouldn't
Absolutely,
expect.
100%.
All right, want to talk about this athlete for a minute, Marcus Francis.
Wow.
A shot putter who set the school record of 61 feet, 9 3/4 inches at the Southland Conference Championships. That's a school record of 34 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He is the champion of now indoor and outdoor, so he swept. It's pretty impressive, Coach.
I mean, Marcus is a great athlete. He's even a better person. I mean, I'm just, I mean, my hat's off to the young guy. I mean, he's just done a phenomenal job.
So now when we look about this, track and field is about the only thing you got going.
Yeah.
It's more, we're more into the individual and all that, the national run. But a quick wrap up. Were you surprised by this year? What's the changes you saw this year? Obviously, the Clemson win is what everybody talks about, but you made two major coaching changes. So you're still evolving as a program.
Yeah, and I think that, honestly, I think that all of our coaches are in a really good place. But I think that when you look at football, basketball, and women's basketball, we've made huge strides. And, you know, I think baseball, we talked about in the first segment, baseball and softball are really, really consistent.
Solid.
But I think in the other three major sports, if you will, I think we've got great head coaches. Coach Wade did a phenomenal job. I think Coach Armstrong has just picked up and taken the ball and continue to run down the field. And I think Coach Gonzardo is going to be absolutely fantastic. So we have evolved a lot, Jim, but I'm excited about where we're at. I really am. I think that we could have an absolutely banner 25-26.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next couple of weeks, about looking forward to the next couple of weeks. But also want to look back on, you did, I guess, roll over James Landrino, a little paperwork there.
Yep.
Weird rumor came out last week that all of a sudden you were looking somewhere else. But on the day you guys mentioned the rollover, that was coming out.
Yeah, it's people are crazy. You know, I mean, look, my intention is to keep Coach Landrino here a long time, and I think he's done a phenomenal job. He continues. I told him in our exit meeting, I think that this year might have been his best coaching job because we were so young. We got out of the gate, if you will, so slow, but we got better. And towards the end, I mean, you know, Coach Landrino is a dang good softball coach.
Well, when you have a young team and you play that type of a schedule he plays, you're gonna take some hits,
and you're gonna get better.
And they learned that.
That's right.
Interesting thing at LSU is now the LSU softball coach.
That's
going to be some pressure there because Southeastern just beat them twice.
Be very interesting.
There's a lot of moving parts still going on.
We talked about it earlier. College athletics.
You got to win.
In today's world, okay, the days of going in and saying, "Hey, I got 4 or 5 years to build," those are over.
Oh, we're going to see that in football.
You got to win.
You're going to see that in football, and you're going to see that at LSU in football with Brian Kelly.
100%. Yeah.
This is a big year around the state for a lot of people. A lot of new faces coming in, coaching-wise, a lot of changes. Southland Conference, like I said earlier, I want to see some things happen with the NCAA to where they look at them and say, we see the improvement. We've done what you've asked us to do. Now reward us.
That's right. 100%.
We'll see if that. See, now you got to take over there. See, you got to have me in your meetings in the Southland Conference. I'm not just a negative.
I'm sure Chris Grant would love for you just to pull up a chair and and add to the conversation.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would.
It would be great. I'm sure the other ADs in the room would love that too.
Some of them don't like me as much.
Some.
I don't know.
You are a topic, though. I will tell you, you are a topic of every league meeting.
Why?
Because you are who you are.
Let's hope not.
No, really. It's unbelievable.
Let's hope not. We'll talk about some other interesting things next on Poke Nation.